they have about 20 seconds before they need to be back into the zone. The
and
crab
there's
tank
double crab. They have to face double crab. What are they supposed to do? They've lost the Booyah. Booyah's going to zone. How much more can they get? They've got neutralized. They need to get Noah here. This Trizuka needs to go massive. Drifter has to get the zone. The missiles are coming out. Can they neutralize it? They will. They need to cap it, and they have. They are still in it. I thought it was over with those double crabs being online.
Yeah, no, that double crab couldn't quite hold them off of the zone, and Tempest is back in the game with the lead. 2 down missiles coming out, but I don't think it's going to be very helpful. They're pushing back into the zone, trying to take the 2-on-2. Going for that same disrespectful play, gets the pick, but goes down for it with the super jump back in for the Booyah. That wasn't exactly what they wanted to see.
Drifter falls down as well to the same Booyah. That red shell fell on opposite sides of the zone just due to how weak that red shell was. That was Penguin got away with absolute murder there. Noah trying to see on this right side, but Drifter says, no, I see you there. Goes into the Booyah, uses that cover to their advantage, but unfortunately gets spotted out by all 3 of the remaining members of Penguin.
Tempest is in control of the zone, but they are starting to lose control of the battlefield. With that Booyah bomb coming out, they might be able to hold this for just a little bit longer. They don't have a whole lot of time they need to hold this, but control looks like control is going to flip here. The ink mine going out, helping them paint just a little bit. That flings up, painting the zone, sneaking it back from right underneath that crab tank's feet. The crab tank really couldn't do much to paint that. Zone is flipping back and forth right now. 40 seconds left. 28 penalty for Tempest, along with 28 score. The missiles coming out. The super jumps are coming left and right from Red Shell, trying to go for those cheese plays, and it is working just a little bit. 2-on-2. Tempest stalling out the zone best they can. Booyah bomb comes out on their plat. 2 are trying to push this machine. They're in a very good spot though. They get the pick, and another one goes down. They'll have a lot of time to pick this one, but it is only 1 left on Penguin's side to try and stall this out. Trizuka comes out. They need to get this pick here. They can't let them get jumps back in because they are going to have to take this back into overtime. This is the only shot they have. If Penguin takes this zone once, they win this set. Oh no!
Oh, they get the trade.
Another DC.
Oh, you're right. The DC. That's so unfortunate for Penguins. They have one more opportunity though in this series if they don't get this game here and now. And those missiles are going to be coming out. Booyah bomb trying with the crab. Crab gets shut down by Ernie so darn fast, and the lead will be swapped to Tempest.
That DC was unfortunate, but that's the price you have to pay when you have inconsistent internet. Fix your net, Penguin.
I don't know about that one. Sometimes I do have to say Nintendo moments.
Yeah, but I think we've seen Penguin DC multiple times in this tournament. So it might just be an internet issue, but that is fairly unfortunate for Penguin. But this is going to bring Tempest back into their 2-2. That's honestly retribution for Penguin getting that first game with the DC, Tempest getting the second game with the DC.
Yeah, I think it's fair. This is just a best of 3. Each team got a DC win.
Yes, indeed. And with with Tempest taking that in the 2 clutch games right in a row, bringing it into Undertow's zones, a very unconventional map. This is going to be very interesting to see.
Machine. I'm going to think that machines will beat the crabs. Machines will beat the splashes on this map. The amount of burst bomb spam, the amount of fizzy spam, the amount of flingza spam, missile spam, it's just too much to walk anywhere forward. Like, you can go underneath the glass so you are protected from missiles, but if you go underneath the glass on either of the zones, you're eating burst bombs and fizzies or machine shots. It's just not fun.
Yeah. Really, on this map, you have to push way ahead of the zones. Both of the zones are so astronomically small that if any enemy ink gets on your zones, then it is neutral and potentially zone flipping as well. So you really need to keep the enemy team off that zone. Don't let them get a single bomb onto that. Because when one bomb can neutralize a zone, you really have to push up, really have to play for that lockout.
The one advantage that I like about this map, it reminds me of kind of the Splatoon 1 zones maps where the 2 zones were really easy to neutralize because they were so small. But it reminds me a little bit of some of the Splatoon 2 ones because of how close they are. So it's just a little bit of a mix. I like the 2 zone map.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, if there was options to go around, like on the far right wings, or there's like a rail that could take you around the entire map, the map would feel a little bit better. But you
Oh,
have
yeah,
to go
totally.
through mid, which is where the entirety of the problems exist.
That's kind of a problem for a lot of maps in this game. There just aren't flanks. Like, all of the best maps in this game, Hagglefish, Sturgeon, Mako Mart, are... I'm not sure about Sturgeon, but all of them have flanks.
Yeah.
All of them have alternate ways to get around if you can't get through mid, which makes backlines a lot less dominant on those maps.
Yeah.
And it just makes it a lot more fun with more freedom of movement. But you do have to be very careful of those flanks. On these maps, it's really about playing from mid control, working with your team to just break through mid and move forward.
This is the first time I've seen the match point that is able to be online for both teams. And we're going to be seeing a 52 gal coming out from Drifter now. I like the splash wheel. Allows you to stay alive in mid for half a second longer, even if you are going to take a million bombs off the wall.
Yeah, seeing that 52 here is going to be very useful. There are lots of choke points here on this map. Using that splash wall to kind of hold as much as you can is going to be very good.
Goodness.
What the heck? The close range crab tank. I don't even know what that was, but that was very good to see with that very unorthodox double. But ooh, they get... the machine does go down to the other machine. Oh, 2 down on both sides right off the bat. Here we're going to see Zone potentially flip here with that beer bomb coming out, pushing the Flings up backwards and capping the Zone. Both of them popping at the exact same time. This is now going to be a good situation for Tempest, but they didn't have enough time off those picks to push ahead of the zones. So Penguin could very easily sneak in a neutralized zone here. See, look, we see a single Fizzy Bomb neutralizing all of the zones, giving Penguin just a little bit more time to get back in here.
Flingza is on his high ground, has nose crab going from the low ground. Neutralizations on the zone. The zones are quite easy to flip. Tempest have lost 2 members. I don't know if they'll be able to hold onto these zones for much longer, and they won't. First bombs are going in to nullify anything with this. I'm concerned for Penguin, because if they go too aggressively here, their comp can get a lot easier to be locked down.
Yeah. But the thing is, you do really have to play aggressive on this map. If you try and stay back and hold the zones, you're just going to get bomb spammed, and they're going to cap those zones just off of bombs. That's how small they are. So you really have to just push way ahead of it, play aggressively. And that looks like exactly what Penguin is going to do with getting 3 down on Tempest. That is not what they'd like to see, especially in this Game 5 potential reverse sweep. They really want to win this. They really need that redemption. They've been given their chance, and they need to take it. But with this score flipping back and forth, it's going to be kind of a snail's pace game. We are, we're over 2 minutes in, and not a single team has gotten below 40 points.
Yeah, we're gonna be in the 50s now for Penguin. They're really trying to rock it down here with these zones. Mashtag is trying to find Miner. If they can get this pick cleanly, that would be amazing. But 3 down on the side of Penguin. Zones will be flipped and a lot of space for Tempest. Tempest need to get their machines in advantageous positions so these splashes can't just have a free reign to get back in and get the trap. Unfortunately for them, one of those traps is available.
We see the Bria Bomb coming out and trying to displace that crab. The whale coming out as well, making that crab just even more uncomfortable. The 52 goes down, the machine goes down, both on Tempest's side. This is the advantage that Penguin needs, but they go 3 down? I didn't even see how that happened. Oh wait, no, never mind. That was just me completely misreading the scoreboard with everything flipping around and around. It gets a little confusing to read sometimes. Penguin is in control. Tempest is 2 down yet again. They need a way back in.
Oh, that's a way back in. That's more than a way back in. Noah's the last alive, just trying to hold his zone for as long as they possibly can, stalling for the teammates to get back. The zones have been capped, but they're back. The rest of the Penguins are back. The march will continue. The march of the crabs.
Yeah, all Tempest really needs to do, they just need to find a way to push past these zones, but with Penguin in their face, it isn't going to happen, and the zones look like they are going to flip. But Tempest isn't out of the game yet. They do have people sitting in hard-to-reach places, really just annoying them, getting that zone flip, getting that 1-down situation. They need to extend this into a 2-down, 3-down situation, or else Penguin is just going to be able to get back onto the zone and stop it for a little bit longer. They cannot let Penguin touch these zones at all. Missiles coming out from Penguin's side, gonna displace Tempest.
Massive, they lost one of their splashes on the side of Penguin. The zone will be flipping here inside of Tempest. They've got their advantage. They've got some members alive. The crabs are gone. They've lost their gal though. Zones are still in their control. How much more can they get? Can Cam get red shell? And they get it cleanly. Miner has to live. Miner falls down to Cam as well. Missiles are out. Zones have been capped for Penguin. Tempest have 2 chances, maybe 1, to get back in.
Yeah, only 30 seconds left. A very small penalty. They need to push back in now. This isn't all fun and games for them. They really need to push back in, neutralize the zone, which is what they've done, stalling out for precious time. They just need to stall out for 20 more seconds here, or cap the zone or do anything. They just need to find a foothold here. With only 10 seconds left on the clock, they don't have a lot of time left that they need to stall. With Penguin going 3 down, 4 down, that is going to be this set for Tempest with the reverse sweep.
Oh my goodness. I have not seen a reverse sweep in winners finals in Triton in Splatoon 3. I cannot. It just hasn't happened. I don't remember a Triton in S3 that reverse sweep. And Tempest coming up clutch, staying in it mentally. Like, that's the beginning of that series. They were down 2-0. Yes, there were some DC issues, and yes, that's unfortunate. And yes, there was a big pause. And even Red Shell swapping over to Flingza. My goodness, I think that Flingza swap was, and just the whole comp swap.
Dude, Red Shell makes Flingza look fun. I have not seen anybody else who can do that. A Flingza that is fun to watch. That kind of makes me want to try playing Flingza.
Trust me, you maybe. Yeah, it will work. It will work in ranked. I wouldn't try it in scrims because scrims you kind of just get blasted.
I mean, Flingza is very meta. It is very strong. Best missile weapon in the entire game.
Oh.
A lot would say. With that long range paint and aggressive ability, you can do a lot with it.
Yes. I feel like because it doesn't lose to it beats Reflux in the fact that Reflux loses to Machine really badly. Flingza does not. That's one of the things. We do let's check.
It does look like It does look like, before we do anything else, it looks like we are going to head for a short break, headed into the losers bracket, following Penguin here on their journey. So that will be a short break, and I will see you guys. Yeah, we'll see you guys after the break. Stick around.
Splatoon Stronghold, a stronghold for competitive Splatoon, providing resources to long-timers and newcomers alike. If you're new to the competitive scene or still figuring out how to join, we have a getting started guide and plenty of other resources to help you in your journey. If you are a seasoned veteran, we still have plenty to offer. You can find and join tournaments as well as participate in our Captain Forum and find free agents and teams. Our mission is to make competitive Splatoon easily accessible to everyone. So what are you waiting for? Join the Splatoon Stronghold today! Splatoon Stronghold, a stronghold for competitive Splatoon, providing resources to long-timers and newcomers alike. If you're new to the competitive scene or still figuring out how to join, we have a getting started guide and plenty of other resources to help you in your journey. If you are a seasoned veteran, we still have plenty to offer. You can find and join tournaments as well as participate in our Captain Forum and find free agents and teams. Our mission is to make competitive Splatoon easily accessible to everyone. So what are you waiting for? Join the Splatoon Stronghold today!
Yo, 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 welcome back to Triton-Cup 43. I'm Asec, here joined by Genie. In this next set, losers bracket. So what are your thoughts on these maps, modes, teams? Anything, pretty much.
Maps. I like them. They get progressively less e-liter heavy. I don't feel like I haven't seen too much Ozone today, but I did know Hex had a big upset over our first seed, and I've been really taking it. For the 17th seed to be in like winter semis, I do know, and by seeing their names, I can understand that. And yeah, we will not be seeing any either. I like the Squeezer.
Okay. Yeah, Squeezer is the most interesting weapon here. We see Splash Machine on one side, Machine Splash flings a Squeezer on the other. So I bet I guess they just have faith in their Squeezer that it is actually a like underrated pick. But we are seeing
Miku was playing it actually in a tournament on Wednesday. I can't remember if it was which one it was because I did both Paddling Pool and SOS. So
delayed wipe off the bat. That's very good for Hex here. I guess the Squeezer is working.
The Squeezer is working so far.
Oh, here comes the crabs. The missiles come out, counter the crabs beautifully. Booyah comes out, trying to counter that crab. Booyah bombs and crabs everywhere.
Who would have guessed when you see that splashes and crabs? But the zone is going to be still capped in the side of Hex. Can Ozone stay alive? They need to stay alive in this situation. Both splashes are just trying to scatter around. One falls, and I believe the next one will follow up with them, and they do. This is going to be tight. They've got one last chance for Ozone to get back into the zone.
Yes, indeed. Those machines are really trying to find a way back in, but they don't have a whole lot of range to do so, especially with that Flingza and Squeezer both kind of being able to lock them out here. It is not looking good for them with only 3 points left. Oh, but it goes into neutral. And are they going to be able to cap it? It's a paint battle, and they lose it. It's going to be game one for
machines.
Hex. And this is the best of 3, so that means Ozone has to win the next 2.
Yeah, machines just don't paint as much as your splashes. So if you're gonna lose 2 members and attempt to get zone back, you can't lose both your splashes at all. But there's so many other opportunities before that which kind of slipped through their hands. We have to say, give Hex the credit that they deserve. They played like immaculate during that game. Their lockouts was so clean. The special usage that they got, and the frags that they were able to use off of their subs and capitalize with their weapons was really good. I like this. The Squeezer pick is unique because it does outrange those weapons in just like regular firefights. But when specials come online and subs come into play, it kind of just loses.
Yeah, I do think the Zuka is very good. It's still very strong right now. And the splash wall is unorthodox, but it's really cool. Definitely not as solid of a kit as it had in Splatoon 2, but for the V foil, or no, the V Flingza, no, V Squeezer, jeez, I think it's a good pick. I think working with the Splash Wall kit, it's obvious that they wanted to kind of try and take that over. Between the 2 games, working with that Splash Wall, I think that's probably the best kit they could have given it, because before it had Stingray, which did not work very well for it.
No,
I think it's a pretty solid kit. I like the vibes it has. It's a very cool weapon.
Stingray worked interesting on it because it gave it a unique niche. But the problem was that there was just that game backlines reign supreme, and also when the foil came out with the big bubbler combo, that's why Squeezer was good.
Here's the question: do you think they're gonna pull the obvious and give foil Squeezer, Splat Bomb, and Big Bubbler?
If they do, I'd love them because I love Squeezer. My finger doesn't like Squeezer. I don't know. It's got my I would like to hope they wouldn't, but I also wouldn't know what they would give it, which would make it fun. I would kind of like it though. Give Junior a good run for their money, but I don't know.
Yeah, that is just the Junior kit, huh? Anyways, heading into match point game 2. We'll have to see if they change up the comps here. Ooh, we see a 52 gal over a splash on one side. Same comp on the other side. That is yet another weapon. That is not a splasher machine. That makes 3.
I love Splashel. Splashel's my favorite sub in Splatoon history. It has gone through some only nerfs. Let's just be honest. It's only gone through nerfs. But it's nice to see two of them in this meta. Don't really like machines, and they don't like fighting against them.
Yeah, I guess that splash wall must have been a response to that squeezer, trying to find an answer to it, but it isn't looking good for them right off the bat. They go 3 down. With the last one being caught out, they now know where they are, and they have to just get out of here. So this is Hex's chance to start to try and push up, try and start to initiate a lockout in plat. They just need a couple of specials, a couple of picks to push up one further run on the ladder.
They need to survive this special onslaught. That's 3 specials being used for Ozone. No splats with the zone. That's a-okay. Finally, the machine gets 1 spot, but that's a trading scenario. They're losing this fight after using all of their specials. Ozone, so unfortunate for them.
Yeah, this looks like it could be a one-sided set if Ozone doesn't get their game together and push back in. This is going to give Hex a chance to try to set up in plat. It's pretty much as fast as they can with Ozone already coming out of spawn. It might have been too late, but the Crab Tank does manage to get out of there.
Yeah, they managed to get out of there. They had their specials still alive on the side of Hex because they didn't use them on the retake of Zone. They're taking the Zone very, very quickly. Machine has fallen on the side of Ozone. 2 specials, 3 specials out for Ozone as well. They need to find splats with all these specials, or at least Zone. They haven't found any of that.
Ooh. Yeah, that pick is going to be pretty huge for Hex. Ozone really does not have that much time to work with here. And with getting a player down, it isn't what they want to see. But that machine jumping back in with the Booyah right off the bat. Getting 2 down on Hex. Potentially even 3 down, 4 down. Oh my! That was such a good pick there.
Just
we are seeing Ozone turning all this back around, starting to push up into Hex's plat. The missiles coming out, it's gonna make their lives a bit of a nightmare there. But
if they go get 2, can they go get 3 in the situation? They're getting burst bombed out. They get 3, and the 4th will be probably pushed away by the machine. Exactly what happened. They've got a Crab Tank on the side of Ozone and a Booyah Bomb to work with for this lockout. I feel like Zone is all but, lead is all but there.
Yeah. The mid has just been completely abandoned. We saw that camera shift over there. There is no one there to be found. They're now playing in plat. That Booyah Bomb is going to be huge. And it looks like Ozone is going to get the lead right now. And Hex only has about 10 seconds to push back in. Specials are coming out, but they are 2 down. The 3 down, 4 down. That is going to be game on Ozone's side, bringing the set up to 1-1, tying it all up.
The game looked to be over. They brought it so far back on the side of Ozone. They got the right special coordination. They got the right splats. It was really that super jump splat onto the splash when they were leaving, along with it was an effective 3 down. They got 2 splats, and then sent 2 members out, but one of them got traded out, and the rest of the specials were online for Ozone. Their lockout, they took the space so aggressively, and then that triple from the gal behind their splash wall with their killer whale at the ready. That was the absolute. It put the nail on the coffin, and then it just got hammered in.
Yeah, that was very good for Ozone. They're saying, hey, no, we are not going to let this be a 2-0. And so now it's all tied up. Hex, probably confident that they were fighting a lesser team, is probably now on their toes here. Because they had a dominant first game and a very dominant first half of the second game, but then Ozone managed to turn it around and take it back. Wonderfully played by both teams.
Very beautiful. And thank you, Tuster, for the raid. Sorry if I mispronounced that one. I will get it right next time. If I did, I hope I got it right. But Mako Mart.
Thank you for the raid.
Mako Mart is this is a showdown of all showdown matches. Could go either way. It's so snowbally and so easy to lock out with the machine double splash comp. But we didn't see the double splash. We saw that for 2-2 gal. So I'm hoping that both these teams come in here and have a good game, because this map can really snowball out of control.
Oh wait, I just noticed Ozone's team tagging. I think that's really cute and clever. But we are headed into game 3. This is match point on both sides. It's anyone's game here. This entire set comes down to this game. Whoever loses here is out of the tournament. Both teams are going to be fighting for their lives. Ozone going 1 down off the bat, but the killer whale may be able to turn this around. Yeah, getting the pick on that splash there. It's 3-on-3 with Ozone coming in first. They are going to have the advantage for just a little bit. Those missiles coming out can only find 2 or 3 actually. Pretty big for Hex here, being able to push back in with those missiles. Getting the Zuka out here potentially pretty soon. The Flingza goes down, the 52 goes down. Bria Bomb comes out. Just everything is happening left and right here. People are going down, but no one can get an advantage. Every single team, every single fight has been a trade here. With the teams just staying even in numbers. Ozone holding control of the zone, but just barely taking those team fights. Going 2 up, finally getting that advantage that they need. This is exactly what they need to start pushing in here. Ozone could potentially take this game right here over Hex if Hex doesn't push in soon. They have a very dominant position with Hex continuing to go down. This is not what they want to see. They only have about 50 seconds left to push back in, and that time is dwindling and dwindling further and further. They need to do something fast.
Specials are here.
Only
All 4
seconds left
specials on the
clock.
side of Ozone. They get 1, they get the machine, and they get the crab on the side of Hex. The Booyah Bomb, the missiles are trying to come out for Hex. They lost the Flings as well. Who do they have left to paint on? Who do they have left to neutralize Zone? Nobody. And Ozone will come up with a mini reverse sweep.
Wow. That Ozone was no, Hex was extremely confident there at the start. They had the very dominant first game, the KO, and then the second part of the game was very dominant. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Ozone just said, "Okay, no, we're not going to let you do that." And then, in the blink of an eye, turned the entire set around and started dominating. Very well played.
Dominant, the dominant fashion of the momentum flip. It was so Hex sided, and then it was so Ozone sided. But honestly, for seeding wise, Hex had a strong run. And Ozone, they are going to be going up in our let me get the bracket back. They're going to go up against our second seed, Yessir, in our losers semi-final.
And we saw Yessir all the way back. Pretty much, I think, right before I joined the stream. So it has been a while since we've seen them. Originally in losers semis, they got knocked down into losers. And they've been playing games ever since, and I guess they've been winning. And now they are in, I believe, losers finals.
They're in losers semis. They got knocked out. They got knocked out in winners semis. They got their losers quarters round victory.
Yeah, so Ozone is going to join them.
Yeah, Ozone will be going to join them, and we should be getting into that lobby really quick because we got all the members of Ozone here. We just gotta wait for the members of Yessir to join. But I do think we're gonna have to get our ad revenue in. But I don't believe that the members will be going far. So I'm gonna say 2 minutes. I can't promise because Nintendo Online moments, but I want to say 2 minutes, and we'll be right back.
Yeah, right.
Splatoon Stronghold, a stronghold for competitive Splatoon, providing resources to long-timers and newcomers alike. If you're new to the competitive scene or still figuring out how to join, we have a getting started guide and plenty of other resources to help you in your journey. If you are a seasoned veteran, we still have plenty to offer. You can find and join tournaments as well as participate in our Captain Forum and find free agents and teams. Our mission is to make competitive Splatoon easily accessible to everyone. So what are you waiting for? Join the Splatoon Stronghold today!
Hello, welcome back to Triton-Cup 43. I'm Asex, joined here by Genie, and we are headed into, I believe this is losers semis.
This is indeed losers semis. We've got the match right here, right away. Mince meat splat zones. What a map to start off this best of 3.
Straight in here. No time for talking. We're in here. We're straight into the match. We're seeing two fairly standard comps here. 4 machines, 2 splashes, 52 gal, and a shot. 4 unique weapons in the lobby. The meta is certainly something right now. But given that the chill season comes out in like less than a week, I'm here to see it. This is kind of ridiculous to watch. I love it.
I'm hoping it'll change. That's all I'm hoping for. I'm hoping it'll change.
It's certainly gonna change.
Don't say that.
I guess we'll just have to see how big the patch is. But
machine.
one goes down on both sides. 2 down on Yessir. This is going to be fairly interesting. Ozone is in the lead now, in control, and they have the advantage. The machine is going to be able to potentially play under those ledges with that Bria Bomb, but they do opt to back out. Oh, and Ozone goes 2 down to Yessir. And Yessir might be able to use this opportunity to push back in here. Yes, indeed. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They get back into the zone and get that cap. And now they have Ozone on the defense, trying to prevent them from getting into their plat, getting into their spawn, because that would be disastrous for them. Those machines can really play ledge goblins and just do a lot of stuff from underneath those ledges, as we're seeing right now.
Typhloid was doing a great job underneath that ledge. We are coming out. Ozone has all their specials online ready to go, but they lose their splash already. They lose their gal as well. Both shooters are gone. Booyahs have been used. Leads has been swapped. And this is dangerous, so dangerous for Ozone. Nico's Trizuka gets a lot of damage on both machines have fallen as well. Yes, sir. If they hold this, they can get a massive lead in this series.
Yes, indeed. And the timer is ticking down very quickly. Ozone doesn't have a lot of time to push back in here, and with Yessir still sitting in their plat, it's not gonna happen with that clean double from the machine leading into a wipeout. That is going to be game 1 for Yessir.
Yes, sir. Their coordination at holding that lockout, getting that control of Ozone's snipe area, their main platforms, it was so clean and so clinical after being pushed back pretty early on, but being resilient, staying in it, staying in the long game of the match. They played it perfectly, honestly.
I haven't looked at this map pool yet. We barely got a chance to even glance at it, let alone talk about it. These are some very strange maps. We're seeing potentially the bottom 3 maps in the game voted by the community. So this is going to be very interesting. It's still 50-50, but we're going to be seeing some very unorthodox games here.
I forget where Pinky put the map thing, and I tried to save it and I couldn't find it. I'll get it after the stream.
Yes, I believe Dapple has done a poll in the past. Yeah. I know that
we did it after 20XX.
Wahoo was down there. Mincemeat was down there.
You have to look for
Mahi
an
was down
overall.
there.
You have to look at zones.
Yeah.
Because
we'll have to see if we can get that together, because that's
because Clamblitz on Mahi had a lot of votes for like in comparison to Mahi. Like zones had like 7 votes or something so small like that, and it looked blown out of proportion at how much people liked Clamblitz on that map, even though it had 35 votes. The community voted favorite map though was zones on Hagglefish. I do know that. And surprisingly, second was Clamblitz on Scorch Gorge. But
that's really interesting actually.
Yeah. It's pretty fun.
We don't see that map too often. Anyways, heading into match point, Mahi zones. Ozone with a double machine double splash comp yet again. And yes, sir, with the double machine splash shot. There's only one weapon in the lobby that isn't a splasher machine! Let's see how this plays out for them.
Yeah, Nico feels special, not being one of the cool kids at the cool table. But you know what? Trizuka really sets you apart in a good way. Sometimes.
Ozone going 2 down, potentially 3 down right off the bat. To yes, sir, this is not what they want to see when they're 1 down in the set. That is going to be a delayed wipe on Ozone, I believe. Now they really just have to work to try and get back in. They don't have a lot of turf to work with to get these specials. And the Inkzuka coming out is going to push them back even more. Doesn't find any picks though, but it did push them back. This is going to be water level dropping right now, giving Ozone just a little bit more space to work with. Yessir going one down. Ozone with the specials. Crab Tank comes out, but gets cancelled. Bria Bomb coming out. They have to fight it anyways. They don't have enough time to back up and regroup to get more specials. Ozone has to fight this pretty much now. Time is ticking. They only have about 20 seconds left.
Live. No, and they're not able to do that. At least it's going to be a trading scenario. Bria Bomb out. They lose a splash. They get the zone. They needed that so badly. Reyes' Crab is doing a lot of work, though. How many more can it find? Oh, these squid rolls are coming through, but not enough. Not enough ink armor from those. The last two members of Ozone are in zone. Make that one just the splash. Can they get anything done? Reyes is trying to find it with the burst bomb, and they will be able to finish that off. Yes,
that is
sir.
going to be a delayed wipeout on Ozone, but they gave themselves all the time that they needed. If they can push back in here without getting picked off, which can be a tall order on this map, if they can get these specials, get the push going, then this is going to be game 2 for Ozone potentially. But if they can't, then that is going to be game 2 for Yessir. So this is very intense on Ozone's part. They have no room for error. Down to about 20 seconds, or 20, 40 seconds, I don't even know.
Reyes with that nice little pop from behind on that crab. Ozone's looking in shambles here. There's no members. There's only 2 members left, and they're being pushed back by a Booyah Bomb and a crab. No time. What can they get? They need to find these specials. They need to find Reyes with those burst bombs. O's crab here has to be massive.
Yeah, they really have to push in now.
They're getting it. They're doing it.
Yeah. Okay, they got control of that zone here. Yessir is now fallen. They might wipe here if this splatter shot gets taken out. That is a delayed wipe, and that is all the space that Ozone needs. This could be a very massive swing, taking the 3 points and extending it all the way down to a KO. That is potentially on the menu right now with Yessir going one down. Going to split them up even further. 2 Bria Bombs on Yessir's side, and they're both coming out, but it is very easily paintable.
They gotta paint it. They gotta paint the zone with their Ozone. They got it. They survived the Booyah Bombs. They survived both the shots. The close range shooters falling. They have their crab tanks online. They should be able to defend to get them really close to lead. Have to live through these Trizukas. They've got the jumps coming back in. They need to live on this zone. They can't give it up here.
Yeah, we see the Bria Bombs coming out, taking this zone to the brink of being capped, but it's still just a pinning battle. They lose a pinning battle, but they do have a lot of time to get back in here. If they do back out, if they don't get picked off, but the machine has something else to say about that, going right up into their spawn. It doesn't quite work out. That is not what they wanted to see there. Taking their lead and taking their advantage and throwing it away. Swinging it back in the advantage of Ozone with their 2 specials coming out here. Bria Bomb comes out. Crab Tank comes out. Both of them working to try and cap this zone and push through it. Paint is coming out from Yessir, but it isn't going to be enough. The pick goes out on the machine, but the splash goes down. Machine's fighting in the zone. Splash goes down as well. 3 down on the side of Yessir. Potentially with the 4th kill going down here. If the Bria Bomb gets shredded, yes, sir, it does. But they do go 1 down in the process, losing them 3-3.
Has to live here. It has to live. They fall in that scenario. Reyes falls as well. This is so dangerous of your Yessir. You don't have the specials. There's no room to paint out. You have to fight into all these fizzies, the last ditch effort, the burst bombs. What can they find? Nico's Trizuka here has to be massive. They need to find 1 or 2 at least before falling.
And we're potentially entering the last 10 seconds of the game if they don't paint the zone now. They go 3 down. That Bria Bomb as a last-ditch effort to try and paint the zone, but it's not going to work. And that is a wipeout to finish it off, put the nail in the coffin. Game 2 for Ozone. We are now 1-1 in this best of 3.
Can Ozone do the unthinkable? 2-3 best of 3s, dropping game 1 and taking them. That's what they've served up. They look so... Let's just be honest. They didn't look good in that first game with that lockout scenario. They didn't look good in the first half of this game either. There was the second half. The second half they came alive. Can they come alive in the second half of the series like they did last?
Can they repeat the same thing? Can they dominate in this last game? I think they just needed a little bit of time to read their opponents, a little bit of time to figure out exactly what to do to break their comp. And now that they have figured it out, this could potentially be a reverse sweep yet again on Ozone's part. But it isn't out of the question that Yessir can also take this back. It's really anyone's game. We've seen very well played games from both sides.
I've loved watching how this meta has kind of been able to evolve. I haven't. This feels like we're in the final days of it, but I haven't really been able to see all these teams rock out with meta comps and seeing them go up against each other like this. It's so actually entertaining
ridiculous.
to see what they can get done against each other.
Like,
It's
this
so
meta is-
chaotically crazy.
As stale as this meta is, it is fun to watch.
It's not
All
slow.
of these weapons are fun to watch. It is so fast. You just have Crab Tank is such a goofy special. It just has the most interesting counterplay to it, the most interesting back and forth, especially when you get 2 or 3 of them in a single team fight, all fighting each other. But here, Yessir goes 1 down off the bat. They do cap the zone, but the Crab Tank coming out right off the bat is going
The
to...
crab gets shut down by the Trizuka right away.
Ooh.
There's like such a small hitbox to get the crab down to a Trizuka, and somehow Chico finds it. And are they able to push the rainbox? They are. Can they get 3? They get 3. Are they going for the all 4? No, they can't get shut down before. I don't know if that was a good call because their teammates have also fallen in that chase down as well.
Yeah, Ozone here has lost control of the zone, but they could potentially take it back right here, right now. If they don't go 2 down, which they have, they do manage to. Are they going to swing it back around? Are they going to take the 2 down situation and bring it into a 2 down situation on their favor? It looks like they are going to do that. 2 down, 3 down on Yessir's part. This is a free zone pick for Ozone here. The Splash fighting the machine is going to completely run it over. That is a delayed wipe. A complete stagger on Yessir's part. They really need to get back in here. They need to build those specials up. They have 2 of them, but they're still waiting for those Bria bombs to come out. And every second that they are doing that is another second Ozone takes to getting closer to taking this lead.
Rays can't fall here. If Rays falls in this situation, this would be detrimental. Crab versus a Booyah.
Ooh.
The Booyah's gonna force the crab out. That's a special not on zone. The zone, there's a fight going on in zone. Ozone has to go to zone. They just lost, giving up zone for almost free, but they've got 3 down. They've got a little bit of an advantage though for them. They've got the space. Can they get the jumps in? Can Fun punish them? Oh, Fun punishes them. What's high flow? Wow, what an amazing job.
A massive team fight in mid for like the entire game. Neither team can really get a super strong foothold on the other. Both teams working to try to get their way in here. Ozone is in the lead, but they don't have a lot of time before this lead flips. Both scores are fairly low, but if they're not careful, it can get very dangerous very quickly. With 1 down going down, 1 going down on the side of Yessir. The machine goes down. Crab Tank trying to paint the zone. The zone flips. And this is going to be very good for Ozone here. Potentially getting the momentum unless the machine goes down on their side. 2 go down on Ozone's side.
Yeah, those are their machines gun. Those are your spacing tools. The Splashes are still fighting. They've gotten 1. Can they get any more? They've gotten 2 in that situation. That's A-okay for them. They've got their 2 machines coming back in. Rainbox is trying to paint the zone. They've got it neutralized and they've got it capped, applying another penalty. Yet it is quite small.
Yes, this game is pretty much neck and neck here. Neither teams can get a good foothold on the other. And both of them are just trying to get that little bit of an advantage, but they all just keep trading out. And so Ozone is in the lead, but only by a hair. The machine comes in for the flank. Could this be what changes it up? The machine Booyah Bomb comes out. Not quite getting shut by the Splash. Picks coming out from the machine. Oh, it's just the Crab Tank sitting in ball form on there, just trying to draw fire. I don't even know what's happening anymore.
Oh my goodness, and Yessir loses control of the zone again with the penalty being so small. They've been in this situation so many times before. Ozone, how can they keep getting away with this as Oath falls to the Fizzy on exit?
Ozone is now 1 up. They have that 2 down advantage. They are going to have to extend this into a further advantage in order to really get anything done here. But no, Yessir comes back with the Crab Tank and the Inkzuka, pushing them all the way back, getting control of the zone. Presumably, unless they don't cap it here, they cap it. Bria Bomb comes out, Crab Tank comes out. Yes, Ozone takes it right back. Yessir with the massive flank on the Splash.
How much?
2, potentially. Okay. Oh my.
They got 2 assists. That is massive. Absolutely massive for him.
Ozone goes 3 down in the process. This is very good for Yessir. This is the first time anyone has really gotten a dominant foothold in the entire game here. And this could be what they need to swing this set back into their favor.
Nico's Trizuka is going to be massive. How many can you get with this? 1 shot out, nothing. 2 shots out, nothing. 3 shots out, absolutely nothing. But the machine is falling on the other side of the map. Ozone has to get in. They're going in. Crab Tank has been used. Booyah Bomb. Crab Tank has fallen. Booyah Bomb misses. Doesn't get close enough to zone. They need to keep going. They have another Crab Tank. They need to get to the zone. They need to neutralize it. They have to get it before this Booyah Bomb lands. Booyah Bomb lands. It's going out. Members of Ozone are falling. They have their own Booyah. Can they get the zone? Neutralize. No, they can't. And Yessir is going to be moving on to losers finals.
What was that game? That was so back and forth. All the fights happening pretty much just in mid for the entire game. Just one massive team fight, never ending. And then one team managed to finally get the 3 down on the other. And that is exactly what they needed to extend that into a decisive win. Not even decisive.
Oh, that was
Jeez,
every
that game was a
ounce of ink.
whirlwind.
Every ounce of ink in that entire game 3 was fought for. I don't care. That was a game that they earned so much. Yes, sir, Ozone. That match didn't, like, for a loser's semis, that match was too good.
Yeah,
that
what
match
on
was too
earth?
good.
What on earth? And I always forget how losers bracket works. How double elimination brackets work at all. Is the losers final bracket going to be with the winners, or are we going to see one more match before
We're gonna be
before
seeing
the winning team fights the winner?
Yes, sir versus Penguin, and then we're gonna see the winner of that play against Tempest.
Is this a rematch?
Yeah, I do see a couple of our teams that are members of the teams that are still playing in the chat. So they need to rest up and get ready for some games coming up.
And I believe that means we are going to be on break, unless I am mistaken.
Yeah, and I promise you guys, it will be very quick. As long as y'all members in chat who need a game coming up soon get in the lobby quickly.
Yep. Don't leave. Stick around for losers finals, and I'll see you guys in just a bit.
Splatoon Stronghold, a stronghold for competitive Splatoon, providing resources to long-timers and newcomers alike. If you're new to the competitive scene or still figuring out how to join, we have a getting started guide and plenty of other resources to help you in your journey. If you are a seasoned veteran, we still have plenty to offer. You can find and join tournaments as well as participate in our Captain Forum and find free agents and teams. Our mission is to make competitive Splatoon easily accessible to everyone. So what are you waiting for? Join the Splatoon Stronghold today!
Oh, I'm just jamming out to 3-mix. I don't know. Do we have a tournament going on here, ASEC?
I believe we do.
Okay,
Here at
well,
Triton-Cup
I can't
43.
jam out to 3-mix anymore? Darn it. Also, by the way, I'm Genie 7.
I'm Asex, and we are headed into this next set.
Losers
With
finals.
Penguin versus Yessir. Losers finals. We've seen both of these teams before on stream, maybe even fighting each other. I am not quite sure. If this is a rematch, then that would be very exciting. But
Is this a rematch, Penguin, yes, sir? I believe, yes, it is. Penguin took it 3-1 last time.
oh boy, so this might be Yessir's redemption or their grave. Let's see what happens here. Head into zones, Scorch Gorge zones. This is a very large zones map here. The zone is very hard to paint, and it is very hard to push past it. So a lot of this might end up just being a team fight in mid, which is always fun to see, especially when you have comps of 3 splashes, 3 machines, and a flingza and a splatter shot. You know something is going to go down here. We've just been seeing these sorts of comps left and right. This meta is extremely dominant, extremely fun to play, and extremely fun to watch.
Fun to play is a different story, but fun to watch at times. We've been seeing it actually fun to watch for the first time in a long time. Here we go, though. This zone is so massive. We're gonna have such a large stalemate as teams are just going around trading back and forth.
Honestly, it is a bit refreshing though. It feels almost like a different mode. You have to play it very differently. Because you can just stick around on the zone and play for paint. It feels a little bit more like Turf War.
You know what? This is actually fun Turf War. I never thought about that. I like Turf War now that I think about that. But Funds is not having a fun time going down in a disadvantageous situation. This crab is going to be coming out. Ray is going for the crab duel, crab on crab, just avoiding that situation for now because they don't have as much health on the crab. Noah falls though to their crab being expiring first. Yes, are really walking away with this zone.
Yes, sir, indeed. They have a decent chunk of the zone here, and they're still just painting over it. No matter how much Penguin tries to paint over it, Yes, sir just matches them back up with, we have more paint. But this is turning around right now as Penguin throws everything they have at the zone to cap it and potentially push through it here. If they want to push past the zone, they need to get on the grates, and they need a huge advantage to do so. It looks like they are just going to be sticking in mid, waiting for Yes, sir to try and push back into the zone.
Trizuka.
If they can get picks here on Yes, sir, then they might be able to push back, push even further up, and push all the way up into their spawn, which is very hard to break from.
Can't punish the Trizuka. Some way the Trizuka wasn't able to find any slashes, any shots down at all. Cam going for the machine as well. Can they get them? No, they trade out, and the zone for Yes, sir is capped. The jumps are going out for Penguin, so they are going for a complete reset. But Yes, sir, they say, you know what? Reset, we're taking your snipe.
Oh, yeah, this is definitely the play here. This is exactly where you want to be. If you can stay in this spot, then you have the high ground while they're trying to push out of spawn. So you do not want to be in this situation. This direct mid-air while the person is jumping to run from the booyah. Very clean pick. It looks like they are opting to back out. They have taken all the time that they've needed. They've baited out the specials, baited them out to try to just waste their resources, waste their time. Because that is all you need to do right now is just waste their time. They only have about 10 seconds to push back into the zone, but with the booyah bombs and crab tank coming out, I wouldn't be surprised if I get it right here.
They gotta get it. Oh,
yeah,
he first bomb. It gets on the far side and neutralizes that zone. Oh, Penguin. Crab tank is out. They need to stay alive. Flings are still up. They gotta watch Reyes coming up this top mid wall. Reyes gets 1. Can they get 2? They pop in their crab. The zone has been flipped in the side of Penguin. But Noah is punishing all the rest of the members of Penguin for just taking that zone.
Wow, yeah, that was very close for Penguin, and they've bought themselves just a little bit of time, and this might just be all the time that they need. They don't have a lot though, so they really have to, whatever they're planning, they have to do it fast. They don't have a lot of time to work with. They have 2 specials coming up here potentially, 3 specials coming up potentially, with the crab tank and the missiles and the booyah bomb all coming out. They're throwing everything they have at the zone with only about 10 seconds left. It's all they really can do. It looks like they are going to be able to push into it and maybe neutralize it. It's paint battle for mid, and they do neutralize it, but they go down, and no, they don't go down. They get the picks in the process. It's sometimes hard to read these, read how many players are up on both teams, but this is exactly where they want to be, painting up every single corner of the map, trying to get that booyah bomb, trying to just push them out here. They really can't hold it from here, though. They have to try to push up into their zone. as soon as they can get some picks here, they really just need to walk on those grates and take the play, take the risky spot, and set themselves up in a nice position.
Missiles will mark every single person on Yessir. Crab is out. Booyah Bomb coming out. One of their members has fallen. Can Typhoon find this kill on this left side? I don't know if they can. It's going to be dangerous. They do get the spot, but the zone is still inside of Penguin. Crab is out. Typhoon has to live. They fall. Penguin, they have the zone. They have the members advantage. Can they keep this up? Just the machine left. Where's the machine? They're marked, and it's a wipeout. Penguin is going to be taking game 1 of this best of 5.
That is not what anybody expected there, I don't think. Yessir was very dominant in the first half of that game, but Penguin managed to take it back with the 6-point clutch. 6 points is only about 5 seconds, or less than 5 seconds. It's about half a point per second. I think it's closer to 0.6, but half a point per second is a very good rounding thing. So they really only had about 3 or 4 seconds left on the clock there, and they managed to barely clutch that up and take it all the way back around to get that lead. Well played.
I'm gonna be like, I know we're not gonna see it because we're gonna see the exact same weapons that we saw kind of last time. Teams aren't gonna swap anything up. But these are my 2 favorite spotling maps in the game: Undertow and what's the Scorch Gorge. Those are my 2 favorite spotling maps. If you didn't know, heavy spotling, by the way. I don't play, do not play Hydra, and Ballpoint isn't in the game yet.
That is kind of how it feels with that first kit. If it gets a better kit, I might
what does
play it.
Fizzy Bomb do? It's funny. It's funny having a Fizzy Bomb, but like you have to charge up the Fizzy, and then you have to charge up your weapon. The only bomb that's all that great is like Torpedo because it's slow. But anyway,
I think Fizzy is probably it's mostly useful for when you're going in frontline style. That is definitely what this Ballpoint kit wants to lean into. You want to throw your Fizzies, get that combo out, get your charge up, and basically play it like a splatter shot or a mini, which is a pretty cool play style. And you can switch to backline.
Yeah, it's fun, but not the right kit on the right weapon. But you know, it is fun. But what else is fun? Machines on this map. Yessir's got 2 of them.
Boy.
Penguin's got 1 of them. That will be the duo to see.
Yes, indeed. So Yessir goes 1 down pretty much right off the bat. Penguin is in advantage with the crab tank coming out. They could potentially push him back here. And taking the early control of the zone, but it isn't going to last long. As I've said before, you really, really, really have to push really far up on this map, because any single drop of ink will neutralize the zone and stop your push. But it does look like that is what Penguin is attempting to do, but with Yessir keeping their presence, being very hard to move here, it isn't going to be very easy. The crab tank comes out. Booyah Bomb could also potentially come out. Missiles coming out, making that crab tank move last second. Booyah Bomb is coming out from Yessir. Penguin is 2 down. This could be exactly what Yessir needs.
Ooh, the zone.
But Yessir also goes 2 down.
They get the zone flip though. That's gonna be good. Typhoon trying to dodge and weave around Cam here, trying to stay back from that Flinz as well. The zone, as you keep saying, it neutralized by just almost anything. Yessir, they've lost 2 members. Can they keep this up? No, they've lost 3 now. That will be a wipeout.
This is very good for Penguin. This could lead them into a win if they play this correctly. They have a huge amount of momentum, but they aren't pushing ahead of the zone. That isn't what they want to be doing right now. They really want to be doing their best to try and keep the enemy team in their spawn, because if you let them get out, then they can easily take control of the zones. But it doesn't happen. Yessir does go 2 down though. Penguin is 3 up. And they are still in the advantage situation, and they still have the control here. Barely holding control of the zones here. Pretty much just trying to paint it as best they can.
This is a great opportunity for them. The zones just keep getting neutralized from Yessir. That's a great job to stall for the team. The rest of the team members come in. Booyah goes out and misses, but they've got 3 up advantage for them. The zone keeps ticking. Nico's got to paint it. Luckily they do. Can they get the other zone now? Yes, they will.
Yeah, there it is. These zones are so small. They have no momentum. They can flip on the blink of a dime. Polar opposite of what we saw in the game before. All you need to do is get somebody in there, and the zones are flipped for you. Which is exactly what we're seeing happening right now with the splash. Not quite capping the zone. It's so close, but it isn't going to happen, and it isn't going to apply that penalty. The Booyah Bomb comes out. but it doesn't get what they wanted. It doesn't get that zone control. It doesn't get any picks. And Yessir is still in control of the zone, and they are pushing Penguin further and further back, getting them 2 dead, 3 dead. It's just the Flingza left.
Flingza has to
And
live.
the
Flingza's gotta live. No, they don't. They're gonna lose their missiles. Typhoon's in their spawn. They just painted their spawn.
Initialized exactly where they want to be here. They really just want to be in their spawn at this point in time, just stalling out as best as they can. But no one else backs up their machine, and they leave. They forfeit that control.
Got a neutralized zone here.
They lose the zone for it. They lose the zone for it. And they are going to get that penalty applied, and they aren't quite in the lead yet. Yes, Penguin is currently in the lead, but they aren't so safe right now. The game is pretty much all tied up. With Yessir being 1 down, they have the momentum that they need. They could swing this into a 2 down, 3 down situation if they play this correctly, but Yessir is going to back out, play it safe. Because they really can't afford to lose zone right here.
Oh no, finds Raze at the great spot, and they also see Typho. Gonna back out because they don't have the ink to fight that. But they got the teammates here. They've got a great opportunity, but the Booyah Bomb comes out along with the Trizuka, punishing both splashes and the machine. Amazing job from Yessir. Bait, switch, and trap. Great success from them.
That is a 3 down situation. That is exactly what Yessir wants to see. They really just have to push up here. They can't let Penguin touch the zone, and they only have about 20 seconds left before they are in the lead, and before Penguin is in a very, very bad situation. This is very dangerous for Penguin here, but they are pushing back into zone. They have neutralized it here, but they aren't safe yet. They have to cap the second zone, and they have, leading them back into a massive penalty that Yessir has to work through.
Puns is just trying to shark around here. If they get spot out, oh, they need to get the spot cleanly, and they can't get it at all. That is so unfortunate. They're in such a great position to be able to punish that. Unfortunate timing for them. Penguin are going to take that and capitalize on it so much. Nico gets a much needed spot as we go into these final 10 seconds here for the game. The burst bombs are coming out. Penguin, they're just dancing around on these zones, keeping them in their control and in their favor. And yes, sir, they're going to be dropping to 0-2.
Yikes, that is not what they wanted to see, especially when I believe... Okay, Penguin originally took the set 3-1, right?
I'm gonna make sure. Yes, Penguin took it 3-1.
So this seems like it could be a repeat of this next set, because this is exactly the position it was in last time they fought. Penguin was 2 up, Yessir got the 2-1, and then got taken out by Penguin. We could see this again here. Or we could just see a decisive 3-0, like we saw last time. Or not like we saw last time, but like we could have seen last time.
Yeah, we saw a big reverse sweep in our winners finals. So if those 2 teams go back at it again, I know there's going to be a lot of spice and a lot of drama. But Yessir says, you know what? We want to break up that happy little couple of Tempest +1 and Penguin. We want to book our ticket for Grands, but they've got a long road ahead. And sometimes the road has to start on a bridge. Hammerhead Bridge.
Yep.
Did you know? I'm going to spoil a little bit of the Octo expansion, so if anybody doesn't want spoilers for Octo expansion, please come back in about 15 seconds. All right. The final boss of the final map of Octo expansion, when you come out of the Deep Sea Metro, can be seen off of Hammerhead Bridge.
Yeah,
so the Octolings' journey did start on Hammerhead Bridge.
That is very interesting.
Yo, Jupex, thank you for the raid, and here we are, match point time. Spoiler free, because I don't know the script of this tournament. Alice doesn't send me the scripts.
Well, here we are. Yeah, both teams opting for the same comp yet again. The Flinks is going to be very useful here with how long this map is. You can see them painting up for those missiles right off the bat, staying back to try and get the most value they can out of it. But that is going to leave Penguin in a 3v4 unless they get the 2 down anyways. Missiles coming out, finishing up the job. Yet Penguin collapsing in on Yessir. Both machines coming out of spawn.
Oh, this dangerous. The crabs are the ready. If those crabs can get just a little bit further, luckily the Yessir's Fizzy have kept them back. I was going to say Penguin could have an insane lockout. I don't think Dashbug,
all of those missiles out on Penguin. Missiles coming out from the Flinks are trying to set up those crabs. Booyah Bomb. Yet again, trying to get the crabs a little further, but they maybe forget about the zone. but the Flingzo manages to cap it and hold that paint, and it is just that splash. Trying to be quiet, trying not to be seen, but they got tagged by the burst bomb. Penguin now knows where they are, but they don't push it.
Bash Dog is still in the same spot. Reyes doesn't see it. I don't think Nico sees it either. Missiles are out. Crabs coming out. Going for a flank. Can they get it? If they get it, it's huge. And
Ooh! And that is 3 down on Yessir, unless they pull out a miracle right here and right now. That is going to be game for Penguin, and Penguin is going to take the set 3-0. Yeah, no, they can't push back in. They don't have enough time. Desperate, last-ditch effort to try and rush for the zone, but it doesn't happen. And that is indeed going to be 3-0 for Penguin.
Yes, sir. Unfortunately for them, going down in the fashion they didn't hope to. After a 3-1 series, they're probably hoping to take this one to a Game 5. But unfortunately for them, Penguin just wanted to have that rematch against Tempest just that little bit too much. They're still got that salty taste of the reverse sweep, and they want to avenge that for themselves.
Yes, indeed. Is that the reverse sweep that we saw?
That was the reverse sweep that we saw in the.
So we are going to be headed to a rematch, and then potentially a rematch.
Yeah.
Even if they win the set, then they still have to rematch them yet again. So they have a really long road ahead of them. But I'm sure they're confident that they could be able to take this out. Since that was a reverse sweep, they had victory right in front of their fingertips, and it got yanked away from them.
I don't think we're gonna see Red Troll on the brush. I'm guessing I'm gonna feel. Do you want to talk? You want to talk to the break a sec? Because we got. It's gonna be. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be pretty short for these members to come back in.
Yeah, let's talk through this.
Let's talk through it.
It's a short enough break. We can keep you guys interested.
Yeah, we gotta keep the people interested in the drizzle season while it's still here. Make it rain, even though Rain Cloud isn't very strong. That's hilarious. But
it can be strong on some weapons. I think it is very strong on X-Splasher. Dealing that 10 damage is very good for comboing with the 90 from the X-Blow. Even if you stand in that raid for like half a second, you're now one shot from the X-Blow. If you stand in it for a couple more seconds, you're now even weaker, and the X-Blow can kill you without even aiming at you. So I think it's very strong.
What if X-Blow had Killer Whale?
I think that would be... I was thinking about this earlier, actually. I think Killer Whale would be the second best special for it. Ironically, Killer Whale is almost already on X-Blow. Tri-Stringer. It's the same weapon. It plays the exact same way. It's Explosion 2. They tied in Explosion 2,
but it's also... as somebody that plays Tri-Stringer and plays both bows in this game a little bit more than they probably should, Tri-Stringer needs some help. Its short range paint is fine. Turf War people were complaining about it, and everyone was complaining in the early days. It's fine with its short range paint. Its long range paint is the problem, and it's long range mode. It's not. It's for being a range weapon. It's just too widespread. Like,
I think it plays best. I think it plays best like an X-Blow mixed with a charger. You can go for those delete shots where you do the vertical shot and absolutely delete people with the arc shots. Those are always really fun. But that's very gimmicky. That is very situational. I think it's best played like an Explosion, and it combos Explosion very well as being a similar main weapon that covers pretty much the exact opposite weaknesses.
But it doesn't paint.
Explosion has very good paint, but can really struggle in terms of stopping power, really struggle in terms of mobility, and just being able to... like on Rainmaker and tower control, it can really struggle in those modes, even Clamblitz a little bit. It really plays for that paint, but its area control isn't super threatening. Well, when you have Tri-Stringer, it has the exact opposite. It has very threatening area control that you can spam like there's no other. Very, very just flexible in terms of where you can place your shots, charging it less or a little bit more to micro position them in terms of range, and you can really wall people off by treating it as kind of just a wall, almost just a mini suction bomb, really. It doesn't paint very well, but on something like Tower Control, on something like Rainmaker, that isn't what you need. If you need long-range paint, you play X-Blow. So, to all the X-Blow players out there, try Tri-Stringer. To all the Tri-Stringer players out there, try X-Blow. Very similar main weapons. I think you would like both. If you like one, you'd probably like the other.
What about in Salmon Run?
I haven't really played Salmon Run with either of
Okay.
them.
What about in Table Turf? Which one do you think is a better weapon in Table?
I haven't
This
played
card.
Table Turf either.
Oh my gosh, this is why I'm I keep up with the meta and then I keep up with Table Turf. I tell you, if there's a table when we get Table Turf and there is a we're able to watch games, I promise you we will have a tournament here for you on Dapple. I will drag Alice to make a tournament happen. Trust
That would
me.
be. I
I know Majora will stream it for us.
I have seen rumors that on the data mines that in the new season that there is going to be multiplayer table turf coming, like table turf private battles,
Yeah,
which could be really fun. I really want to get into it. It seems like a very fun game. I just haven't really gotten into it. I've just I
I
haven't
do
even
have to say
finished
it's
the
pretty
single
mindlessly
player.
boring playing against level 3 people because their AI is just frustrating. It's
Yeah,
completely luck based with their they have bad decks, but it's completely luck based.
Yeah, it seems very interesting. As someone who I've played some card games before, Magic the Gathering being a big one. I've played
It's
them a
not the
little
same.
bit. It seems very fun. It's not the same, but it
It's
seems
like
like
more like Tetris chess.
Tetris chess. You know, I've seen some table turf gameplay. That seems like it describes it pretty well. Maybe I'll play during a Splatfest when I get too bored of actual turf war.
Oh, well, that's a good thing. But with that, we've got everybody here in the lobby. We've got Hammerhead Bridge Splat Zones as the first map that we. Are we sure it's gonna be Hammerhead? Oh, let me check. Oh, Tagglefish. Oh, do I hear a good song playing in the background? I think I do. Remix is coming back. It's gonna be a good day. Yeah, we're gonna be having Hagglefish. Ooh, look at these map modes. I like them. We've been, oh my goodness, we've seen a lot of Wahoo World.
We have seen a lot of Wahoo World, given that it is kind of the most average Splatzones map in the game, I'd say.
Yeah, it's got its quirks. It's unique. I love it. I find it really fun. But then again, I play blasters and I play. Unfortunately, I play Brellas and I play backliners.
Ooh.
Either is really fun here. I can't wait to use Zimmy on this map. Oh my goodness, big bubbler, toxic mist. Oh no, nobody's ready. Nobody's ready for me.
Bold bringing back that kit. I think it's really funny. Both of them have been toned down by a lot, and both of them have been changed a lot, but it still fits.
It's so, like, yeah, Disruptor versus Toxic Mist. Disruptor's better. Big Bubbler versus Invincibility Special in Bubble. Bubble wins. But
I think
it's still good because the specials over time have just gotten worse. They're no longer invincible. Like, you look at Trizuka, it's still one of the better, like, on the upper half. Like, I'd say it's the third best special, if not like fourth best special. Wavebreaker and Killer Whale can have their niches over Trizuka, but Inkzuka used to have 7 shots. You could make it go up to 10. Now it only has 3, and it doesn't do nearly as much like lethal damage as it used to. Yet it's still an insanely good special.
Yeah, I really like what they've done with the new special design of this game, but it looks like we are headed into this next game on Hagglefish Zones. We've talked about this map a bit, but it is a very, very strong map. Hey, this is actually a map that they've played on before. This is where Red Shell got the stupid, insane Flingza triple. That was
fun.
Yeah, that was such a cool clip, and that really, really just won them the set there, and could have potentially won them the tournament.
I was gonna say it really broke the mental of brought them back in, especially with some disconnect issues. But we are here on Hagglefish. Both Flingses have their missile advantage. Will be on the side of Penguins. They have those first. Crabs are coming out. Zone though has control of Tempest. But Tempest are losing their members. Can they survive and get the spots they need to defend?
Ooh, it looks like Penguin is going to get the splats here. They are going to get that control. Going delayed stagger, but they still don't have control of its own. This is what happens when you don't have a support player. I guess the Flings is the support here.
The Flings is the support. The Flings is the backliner. The Flingza is the missiles. The Flingza is literally everywhere.
Yeah. And here we are seeing two very different ways of playing Flingza. I think the best encapsulation there was on the side of Penguin, the Flingza just stood back, painted their spawn. On the side of Tempest, they just completely pushed up and just started painting the zone. Two very different playstyles of Flingza. That was
Ooh, Tempest, they lost 2 members, they left 3 members. The zone will be in Penguin's favor. The penalty is going to be starting ticking down quite quickly. Specials are ready. Tempest, they gotta recover from this onslaught that will be coming out. Hopefully, Drifter can get a nice Trizuka here and get some good shots down.
Yes, indeed, we have the Trizuka coming out. We have the machine pressuring the zone with the Fizzy Bomb. Ooh, the splash flanks them, but misses their shots. But the Crab Tank finishes it off anyways, redeeming them. Yeah, and the last 2 on Tempest are left to try and survive this. Try and fight this. It's just 3 in their spawn with 1 person. I don't even know where the last person on Tempest is. They might be in their spawn.
Such a good spot. The boxes aren't there though. Ooh, here we go. This is gonna be Penguin's opportunity. They are really looking to lock it out. They got some good burst bombs down. They got the splashes in a great position to stall this out. 10 seconds left. I don't know if Tempest has enough time to get in the zone. They're trying to go with their Booyah Bomb, but it misses just short. Can they get to the zone and neutralize it? No, they will not.
That's gonna be game 1 for Penguin.
Wow.
Then again, Tempest is no stranger to taking an L on the first game and then completely dominating for the rest of the set.
But last time, it was Tempest that won this map, and they won it in a crazy, let's be honest, a crazy fashion.
Crazy way. That clip was very, very fun.
How do you get away with that? How do you get away with a super jump into frozen pool noodle into horizontal get 2 with a post Splatoon 1 roller?
I don't know. I don't know what happened in that clip. That was literally insane. It was so dirty.
Shout out to the people that...
I peeked my mic so hard there because I was just freaking out.
Shout out to the people that remember when a roller had the exact same damage on for its swings on every ounce of its hitbox. In the center, far right, far left, just off the center. I think
they should bring that back. I think rollers just need more consistent damage.
Yeah, I think they do. Yeah, sure. Yeah. You know what? I'm half okay with that if they get rid of vertical swings.
I don't think they would.
Because imagine a vertical swing with the same amount of damage at every single spot.
Okay, admittedly, it should lose damage.
Then talk to me when the dynamo hits you with the final hitbox of its fling and one-shots you. Talk to me then.
I'd be fine with it if they... I think it just needs more consistent damage values, especially on the horizontal flick.
They're eating well. They don't have ink armor to...
True. Anyways, we are seeing pretty much the same comp coming out from both sides. Actually, no, never mind. One of them has 1 machine, one of them has 2, and one of them has a splatter shot. And that's the difference.
Same comps that they had from the map before.
Oh, okay. I'm just forgetful then, I guess. But we are seeing some very dominant plays, very, very risky plays coming out from Penguin, and it doesn't work out for them. Let's just the Flings a roller left to defend this, and they have 10 missiles on their back. And they are dead in the water here. Sitting duck.
Unfortunately,
but this could be Tempest's chance to push back into the zone here. Oh, but they go 2 dead, and Penguin could potentially take the zone back. The crab tank comes out.
Crab tank. Big crab coming out.
Oh, 3 down on the side of Tempest.
This is an opportunity if they can get onto their plat. But there's somebody. Are they behind them? Is it? No, that's the map is confusing me. I saw paint on both sides of the plats. Map, why you gotta do this to me?
But Tempest is starting to push back in here. They have people on plat and missiles come out, but potentially a little bit too early. They do get 1 down on zone, and this isn't looking very good for Tempest. Never mind. As soon as I speak, they get a 3 down situation. A delayed wipe. This is exactly what they wanted to see, and this is going to give them all the space in the world that they need to push into plat. With Red Shell's signature aggressive Flingza, we are going to see this potentially working out very well for them. One goes down, potentially 2 down to the Flingza, but no, the Flingza opts to back out. Play for Ledge Goblin. That is exactly what you see with the roller. How much Quicksilver does Red Shell have?
brush players be like, honestly. The Booyah Bombs are going to be coming out to try and... One of them, actually, is going to be coming out from Tempest just to try and slow it down. They've got a crowd on his right side coming out from Penguin. Can it get one? It got one, but it's going to have to be forced away by that Booyah Bomb. It does end up falling in the corner. Crushed by a Flingza! Excuse me!
Red Shell's finding all the ways to kill people with that thing. But it does look like unless Penguin can push it to the side right now, it's going to be Tempest.
No.
Taking game two.
I saw the camera swapping around really quickly, and then I just see crushed by a Flingza. There's no shot. No shot that Sonar just did that.
These guys are really trying to make this set as long as possible, huh?
Yep. I wasn't even supposed to be here, but here I am.
Thank you for being here.
I don't want to miss a Dapple tournament. I totally didn't have to do my homework. Finals aren't coming right up. No.
But you know, given all this meta, given all the machine and splash that's everywhere, I think it's fun. I don't mind it. This meta, there's a time limit on this meta.
There's
like,
a time limit. Let's be honest.
Triple machine meta was like, okay, it's the very beginning of the season. There are like 5 days left in the season, 6 days. There is barely any time for this meta to happen. So I think right now I'm just fine with writing this out because this is hilarious. There's no way these two weapons survive this patch. They've been completely dominant.
I watched. Look at all the. I know that Nogami looks at the spreadsheets that for what they start with the G. They do the Twitter spreadsheets for all the JP tournaments and the big majors for NA. Splash and Machine have been rocking and occupying the top for so long. There won't be a spreadsheet made on this tournament as it's a weekly, but for like every major and every big event, you see the spreadsheets and you see the splashes. You see double splashes. You see triple splashes with one machine. You see triple machine with one splash. You see double machine, double splash. It's I don't feel like we've had a game today where we haven't seen a machine or a splash, which tells you something. It's like if anybody here plays competitive Pokemon and knows, sorry, I'm gonna say it, Incineroar, then you know what I'm talking about.
Man, yeah, I
Incineroar
don't
kind of is played on every single team of every single comp of every single.
I don't really play many more competitive games outside of this.
Well, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Or if you
I
Overwatch
play
2 fans right now, Sojourn. Yes,
I play PC shooters with my friends sometimes.
Okay.
But we are headed into the game 3, 1-1. It's all tied up. Pretty much entering the best of 3 now here. Tempest has dropped their splash in favor for another machine. While Penguin is still running their double splash machine, Flames that comp.
No, the Tempest is still up there. Nobody's made a comp swap. We're all the same.
Really?
Yeah, double machine and splatter shot flings up plus double splash machine flings up.
I guess
Flings is just here because missiles. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
It's here to stop E-Later.
Well, okay. Admittedly, Red Shell is at least using the main weapon outside of painting. Like, look at that. Look at all of this stuff going on here. The Flingza, you should never see the Flingza in that deep normally, but Red Shell just goes in there.
Excuse me, Can't you get 3 in that situation? Can't in the depths of the hell and gets 3!
Gotta love it when there's just, so many people in just the weirdest places. Best example, bottom mid unrestricted shipyard. That place is a fight club. That place is probably my favorite place in the entire game. But regardless, Penguin is here. Tempest only has about 10 more seconds to push back in. And they have some specials potentially at the ready. The Booyah Bomb comes out. The Flingza starts painting the zone. They need to paint the zone as much as they can here.
The zone, they need to get the zone, they need to neutralize it. No, they can't! And wow, what a way for Penguin to take this critical game 3.
It has just been back and forth so far.
I thought I had my water. I thought I brought my water with me. I guess I didn't. I'll cry.
Yeah, what you gotta do is while the other commentator is talking, you gotta just leave for a bit and go get your water. That way no one knows.
Oh.
Does that mean, okay, I guess he might have just left, but we are headed into Splat Zone's Mako Mart. This is a Splatoon 2 map, a very commonly played map in Splatoon 2. Still a very commonly played map in this game. It is a very strong map here, just in terms of design-wise. Everything works here. I don't think a single person hates this map. At worst, you are like neutral of this map.
Okay, I am neutral on this map.
Yeah. It is a very fun map, I'd say. Very fun. It's got so many flank routes, so many ways to move. You could just go anywhere on this map, it feels like. It's a very fun time.
I like
We're gonna have to see what happens with the comps here.
I don't think we're gonna see any changes up. Maybe we might see a Ink Rush Nouveau or a Luna, the Luna Neo, because their kits are amazing. Yep.
Ooh, yeah, I bet we're gonna see that in this game right here, right now. Drizzle season.
Yeah, because chill season is totally here. Also, Penguin is gonna be going for this. They've got their match point. They want to get this bracket reset. They want to take it. They want to take it to Tempest. Tempest sitting here pretty on the winner side of this bracket. So Penguin gets this. We get a nice little reset.
Yes, indeed. And it looks like Tempest is going for early paint on the zone.
We have a weapon swap. We have a gal.
Oh, wow. Variety. We have the Gal going out, which is going to be very useful for holding control in the breakfast. Wall is very useful in those areas. Ooh, Miner getting the kill with the double direct there. Very clean. 52 Gal pushing way in here. Drift EA on the flank. Sitting in the bunker. Trying to bait someone out. Try and go there. Oh, the crab tank comes out. The crab tank doesn't know, but they opt to go for the Flingza instead. Wreaking havoc. Potentially even getting this crab tank.
The zone is cooking.
Ooh.
The zone is cooking. That's an effective 3 down. It's just going to be the splash who's in zone. If the splash falls at any point in time, this would be detrimental to Penguin. And it is. Tempest able to lock down the zone for a lot more time. They've got all their members up. This is the final opportunity for Penguin to get this game.
If Penguin doesn't get this game here, then they have one more chance to win their next game, or else the tournament is over.
They gotta get to the zone right here. No, right
go now.
But they can't get to the zone. That was too crushed. But the dreams for Penguin of getting to the reset right now have to be put on the back burner. They're not quite yet crushed.
This has just been back and forth for the entire set. This is pretty much the first we've seen from... I'm not sure. The teams are all mixing around in my head, but I know we've seen a whole lot of reverse sweeps in this tournament.
I'm thinking this is... If this goes to a game 5... well, this is going... Sorry, this is going to a game 5. If this goes to a reset game 5, and goes full 15, the full 15 games, this will be the longest grand finals on a Dapple Productions tournament.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, longest, like, no, we've never had a best of 15. We did have a best of...
Oh, yeah.
21. If anybody remembers, if Alice remembers that. Alice, I remember it was me and Lean back in the... Alice, what was your tournament called before this? I forget. Anyway.
What does the bracket even have to do to get yourself a team fighting each other 21 times?
Best of 7 winners finals, best of 7 grand finals, best of 7 grand finals reset.
Either way, we're headed into game 5 here. This could be it. All Tempest has to do is win this game, and they have taken the tournament. Penguin has to win this game if they want to stay in this and activate the bracket reset. The stakes are the highest they've ever been in this tournament because this could decide the fate of the tournament for either team here. It's looking like Penguin could take this zone right off the bat, getting 3 down on Tempest. This could be exactly what they needed. It's just a wipeout right off the bat. They can initiate a spawn camp like crazy here. Make Mahi Mahi being the smallest map. The map is small that it is. It is very easy to spawn camp here, but they opt not.
They let them in. They let them in for free on zone with special. Tempest gets away with absolute murder on the middle of the Penguin caught sleeping, but now Tempest, they've lost their members. Noah's trying to paint over that Booyah Bomb. They've done so well to do that. They've got to watch out for another Booyah Bomb. They should have this crab tank at the ready. Tempest again for free get the zone. They didn't have to use a special again.
Yeah, that's just how it goes on these small maps. You really have to push ahead of the zone, or else it's
the zone is
so
so big.
easy to get back into it. And here comes yet again Tempest getting into the zone using that killer whale from the 52 gal. 2 down on the side of Penguin. Tempest pushing way in here. The splash trying to pop the crab tank, getting booyah'd out. They have to back up. Kind of a waste of a crab tank here. That is one less crab tank they're going to have to push back in. And Tempest is now in the lead, in control of the zone. Penguin going down on the defense. This is not what you want to see. This could be it here. This could be exactly what Tempest needs
is dangerous.
to take control.
No
Water
one has to
dropping.
get kills here. Has to live, has to stay alive in this situation. They are able to, when they get out though. They need to find something. They're getting pressured by both machines. If they find one, that would be massive, but no, they can't find either. Miner's gotta live from these missiles. Penguin, they're on their final life. This is it for them.
Ooh, but Tempest goes 3 down. It's just the machine. Try and hold this zone. The Ink Mines are going to stall this out for a bit longer, but Penguin caps the zone, and this is their chance. They have to push ahead here. They have to move forward. They can't do otherwise here.
Oh my gosh, this is so darn close. Missiles are up for Penguin. They got Crab Tank. Good opportunities for them to defend. Cam trying to find this. The kill on the right side. The spot can't come through. The Booyah Bomb is going to be shredded by that killer whale. Missiles are going to push Trevor out. Missiles get so much damage and they get the machine. This is so chaotic. Penguin, they're aiming for lead. Can they get it? Not quite yet. The zone is still being neutralized. Bashdog is trying to stay alive in this situation. More specials are coming out around zone. This lead is so dangerously close to being swapped. The zone is being neutralized.
Under the
So
wire.
many people are going down. Can Penguin get it? Can they get it here? They have to survive the Booyah Bomb. They have the lead. Can they go for the game? Can they go for the reset? No, they've lost their members, and this zone will be... Is it going to be reset? It's so darn close. It's reset.
Ooh, this set has back. It's down to the wire here. Both teams below 20. It is going to be very intense for both of these teams. Neither of them are safe here yet. It's pretty much all tied up. Both teams have very similar penalties as well. It's just a giant paint battle on the zone. This is the kind of stuff you see in the trailers. I'm
Yo, the trailer is scripted. This ain't scripted. Allison's saying the script. The script is burning right now. Oh my goodness. Bashdog coming around the corner with another great splat. But the members of Tempest say, no, you can't just take our teammate out for free. You're gonna have to pay for that with your own. The zone is being flipped back and forth. Penguin have now applied a big penalty. Tempest don't like that. Booyah Bombs are coming out. The specials are still going around. Penguin is back alive on the zone. They're back fighting and defending themselves so they can get this reset.
Yeah, the crab tank comes out, but they are 10 missiles, and it doesn't look like missiles are gonna be able to get the pick. But oh, this splash is just so deep in here. Bashdog on the splash, just really tearing the other team up. But
How? What?
so
Cam
many
gets
things are
away with
happening
one? Don't tell me Cam gets away with 2 in this scenario. No, they have to reset. We're under a minute. This has been the most intense game of Wahoo World Zones I've ever seen.
Disney well, this is my.
Oh, this is Mahi. What am I saying?
But it's down to the wire here. Penguin is 2 down, 3 down. Tempest has the lead, and there's only seconds left. Only seconds remain for Penguin to push back in here. The lead has swapped. The entire fate of the tournament rests in the hands of if they can get the neutralized down the zone, and they can't do it. And that is going to be the tournament. Triton-Cup 43 4.
Oh my gosh, Tempest, what a way to come back. They took it in a reverse sweep in the first half. Then it got sent all the way back to map 5. This would have been, I swear, it would have been 15 games if Tempest didn't come up with the 2-0 series set victory over Tempest, or over Penguins, right? But great showing from the team. Honestly, I want to see a show match between these teams. We gotta make that happen. That one happen.
If I were on either of these teams, I would be DMing the other team right now saying, yo, you want to be a scrim partner?
That was
these two
so
teams.
exhilarating. Even though this meta is what it is, it did not feel stale in that match right there.
Yeah, we have seen so many of the same weapon, but none of these matches have been the same, and they have all been so chaotic, really just embodying the chaos of Splatoon 3. I'm a huge fan. That was very fun. But that is the end of the tournament. Tempest taking the win. Genie, where can these wonderful folks find you?
The people can find me on Twitter and Twitch at GEENIE7 underscore on Twitter, no underscore on Twitch. And I'm gonna give a quick shout out to Falco Flyers stream because I'm gonna be there tomorrow for Splatoon Max, the big invitational tournament. I will be there tomorrow, and I'll make sure to shout out the next Dapple event. While I pull up the lovely Dapple calendar, ASEC, where can the people find you?
You guys can find me on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Asect with 4 T's on Twitch and Twitter. Just Asect on YouTube. That's ACECT. This has been very fun. Thank you guys for having me.
We
It's
got
been a blast.
one more tournament here on Dapple. Do you want to know? Do you want to take a guess? ASEC, what day of the week it will be? We always
I
have
do
it.
not know.
Oh, it's gonna be paddling pool on the 30th. It's on
Ooh.
Wednesday. Last of the 30 days in the month. And it's on the 30th. So
Final tournament.
the
of
final
this
tournament
season.
of this patch, everybody. Get your tickets booked. Paddling pool 191. 191, by the way.
We're getting close to hitting 200.
Yo, I'm doing
That's
something
crazy.
special. I'm doing something spicy for. I'm
But yeah.
right now. But anyway, yeah, next Wednesday, same time, same place. It's 7 p.m. CET. 1 p.m. Yeah, 1 p.m. EST. Great time to get into it. Last time of the pack before chill season.
Yep. But thank you guys for tuning in. But it's our time to tune out. See you guys later.